We have a couple special guests with us today, Nadine and Jean Horn, who are part of the Conquer Chiari Across America fundraiser and awareness campaign going on in Rome. Am I saying that name right, by the way?
Chiari.
Chiari. Hillbillies can't pronounce words like that. I guess, first of all, until you got in contact with us, I had really never heard of Chiari, and it's a pretty devastating disease,
yes,
I guess.
It can be. Not many have really heard about it. There are more and more that are hearing about it, especially over the past several years with the organization of Conquer Chiari and others like it that have set aside dates and times to do events, to get the word out, to spread, just what it is and how everyone can help with it as much as possible.
And what's prompted you to get so involved?
I have it.
Really?
Yes.
So, if you don't mind my asking, what's it mean?
It is a life-changing condition.
Yeah.
What Chiari is, it's located at the base of your brain, where the skull is and the brainstem connect. The malformation itself is actually with the skull, where it's deformed. It's formed differently to where it allows for the cerebral tonsils at the base of your brain to squeeze through and to compress the brainstem and the nerves that are all involved with it, and also disrupts the cerebral flow, because that's important for the spinal column and the brain. And it can cause all kinds of symptoms, and some people do require surgery more immediate than others. It's a progressive condition, and others, like myself, have not had surgery, and we just do our best to manage the symptoms that we have, and then of course try to find doctors, which is also another challenge in itself.
Well, this is kind of it just didn't develop suddenly,
right.
But it's kind of a disease they've just started trying to understand a little bit, I believe.
I'm not sure exactly how far back. Most of the time when it was first being discovered was on the autopsy tables from medical examiners.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few specialists throughout the United States that really know how to handle it, how to deal with it. There's too many doctors out there that if they don't know about it, or if they know about it, they don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to treat it. They just kind of throw their hands up and they're like,
a lot of times this stuff goes misdiagnosed.
Yes.
I mean, she was misdiagnosed as having migraines and a few other things until, ironically, a gentleman that was doing an MRI scan for one of the doctors happened to bring it up. He wasn't a medical doctor. He was just a technician that happened to know something about it, and happened to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, and you never ask a lady her age, but I mean, you're not like a sibling, obviously, or a young child. So I mean, this is something that happens at any point in life.
Any point in there are many who are born with it, and they know right off the bat. I mean, there's children that we have a section for the organization. It's actually Conquer Pediatric Chiari, and that's also on the organization's website as well. But you can go for years and not know it.
And you just think you're having headaches?
You think that you're having headaches. I go through up to about 50 symptoms at any given time.
Wow.
And sometimes it's similar to like fibromyalgia or some other conditions or diseases that are out there. And that's why it goes so misdiagnosed for so long.
And I guess that's part of the event that you're having is, while it's to raise funds, it's to just create some awareness that this is out there.
Exactly. We were down in Virginia. I'm born and raised from Virginia. And so that's where I was when I was diagnosed officially with it. I met some great people down there, and the speaker that they had at the walk down in Fredericksburg, he was a specialist neurosurgeon. He's in Maryland, and that's how I learned a little bit more through that time, through him, through the friends that I met down there. And then we moved up here a couple of years ago, and I noticed that the closest ones were on each side of New York State, and
oh, wow.
Travel is difficult for me,
sure.
As for many others who have Chiari, and there was no way I could make that just for a day.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to do it right here in Central Virginia, or Central New York.
This has been going on nationwide for like 7 years.
Yes.
This will be your second year.
Yes.
And it's September 20th at Bellamy Harbor Park in Rome.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about what goes on at the event.
Well, last year, since it was my first time being an organizer and
You
first
learned a lot
time
after the
getting-
first
yes.
year, don't you?
Oh yes. Not everything went as planned or as hoped, but it was still a good first year. We did get the word out. We met so many people. There were over 100 people in attendance.
Wow.
Not everyone had Chiari, but at least
Yeah.
more knew about it. The mayor was there, and he gave us a proclamation, and he'll be doing the same thing this year. And he learned about it. And just being able to spread the awareness was the most important thing, because people don't know
Sure.
about it. But the next step is also to raise those funds to be able to put it towards research and towards proper treatment and care for those who have it.
And the whole walk basically has multiple purposes. The biggest is to get the word out.
Sure.
And so during the walk, you have people there who have actually had different stages of the Chiari disease. You know, they'll give them the opportunity to get up and tell their story, and so people can actually get a first-hand view of what's going on with the disease. But yeah, as mentioned, it's also there to raise funds, which go towards the Conquer Chiari to help find, fuel the nationwide efforts,
Sure.
as well as find a cure for it.
So, and is there anything significant about September 20th, or just an open date on the calendar?
That was what the organization set as a nationwide date. Now, with any event, of course, there's going to be, many things going on
Sure.
throughout the country. But that was just the date that the organization had set. It's usually about the second or third week in September. We try to make sure that each state, or as many states as possible, can do a Chiari Awareness Month for September, which is where the proclamations come in. And it varies as far as how large each location is, how many people that they get to get the word out to. We do need sponsors and donations, whether it's monetary or items, especially because you need to feed the people.
Sure, yeah.
But the sponsors, it all goes to Conquer Chiari for research and such. And there's different levels of sponsors that we do have them posted on, not on the Conquer Chiari website, but also on our Facebook page for the local
That was going to be
area.
my next question. I knew there was a national website, Facebook page for yourself locally.
Right.
And what's the Facebook page name again?
Rome, New York, CNY, Conquer Chiari, Walk Across America, CCWAA. But if you start typing in either Conquer Chiari or Rome, Conquer Chiari, it should bring it up in the search list. But it is on there. You can go and like us on Facebook. You can also go to the website itself for Conquer Chiari, which is conquerchiari.org. And then also our email for the walk is on there. It's romeny.cnY.ccwaa@gmail.com. So
And I know you can't see it from this angle, but below this video will be the link to get you to that Facebook page
Okay.
and everything. Well, we appreciate you taking time to come in and explain it to us, because it was, like many people, I had never heard of this until
Right.
you contacted us. And then when I went to the national website and read about what was going on, I was like, wow, this
Yeah.
is really
Oh yeah.
out there, and probably 5-10% of America's never even heard of it, or 5 or 10% of America's the only ones that have probably
Right,
heard about
right.
this. So.
And that's really what we encourage people to do, is to go
Yeah.
to the Conquer Chiari website, learn more about it, because it is an eye-opener.
Well, and to me, it sounds like something you can have and not even know.
Right,
I mean,
right,
if you're
right.
having weird symptoms that no one can explain, this would
And
be
many
something to check out.
many times the symptoms that you have, you don't realize that it is that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so complex and just so unknown, and that's the main reason why we're doing what we're doing. We do also have from the Conquer Chiari website, there's a way to register, and if you register locally, because there's, I think, at least 4 sites throughout the state of New York. There's at least 4. I think there might be a couple more, but there are over 70
wow.
locations
Yeah.
nationwide. But there's also a walk anywhere option now. I think this is the second year that we've had it, and where if you're not able to actually physically get to a location, but you still want to participate, you can do it that way. You can also donate to a walker or whatever you want to do. But with the Walk Anywhere last year, there was actually a guy in Iraq who had done that feature.
Oh, yeah.
And he successfully organized a 5K run.
Wow.
That benefited Conquer Chiari.
That's cool. Yeah, those guys do that a lot. I know they do that at the
Yeah.
Boilermaker and stuff too. Again, it's September 20th at Bellamy Harbor Park in Rome. You're looking for sponsors. You're looking for participants, people to sponsor people,
Yes,
to
yes.
walk and all kinds of
Yes.
stuff.
And for the registration date, I mean, you can register at any time. But we do ask that if you want to get a T-shirt like what we're
Yeah.
wearing, that you register by August 15th.
Okay.
It is a suggested $25 donation for the T-shirt that can be paid at any time. Of course, if you want to give more, you can give more.
Certainly. Again, September 20th. All the details here and links to Nadine's website. And again, thanks a lot for coming in
Thank you so much.
making the trip from Rome. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.